3rd Street right now, which, you know, shout out to Lil D. I think Lil D said this is zone 3 now. You know what I'm saying? But I remember at one time, fam, it was nice over here, fam. Now it's a lot of just burnt down situations, a lot of poverty over here that it wasn't here, you know, at one time. I remember when 3rd Street was booming, you know what I mean? It was nice. My cousin, who I call my sister, is my first cousin, but we all grew up together, Kim, she lived on 3rd Street. So she had her family and her kids. They was on 3rd Street, so that's most definitely one of my families. And then I grew up with my homies, the Sprats. They was on 3rd Street as well. I used to spend a night with my homie Dick and Fred and them and BK, you know, growing up. So 3rd Street is very historical, fam. It's a very historical area, and it's just bad that it's down now, fam. You know, I've been just cruising through town, just checking out the area, fam, and it's just sad to see, you know, all the boarded up houses that used to be full of life, you know what I mean? Like, I remember this being full of life, you know. It's just so many things now that's just faking, fam. It's going down. And, you know, honestly, it's a hit and miss on certain spots, because you see some brick houses, people keeping up or got up in certain spots, but it's a lot of land here, fam. Just vacant. Used to have nothing but houses here, nice. It's not here no more, you know what I mean? So a lot of the things that we grew up liking, you know, it ain't like that no more, you know what I mean? So we have to be humble and just count our blessings now, you know. But I get it though, fam, you know. Every town you go to got its hoods, you know what I mean? And this was once a booming area because, you know, I grew up in the projects here. Shady Lane, that was my introduction to McGehee. We didn't have no home, we was in the projects, you know what I mean? And so, you know, Shady Lane, CIC, and then shout out to my homeboy Michael Jackson that's dead now. You know, I was raised with him and they had a house, you know what I mean? So I spent the night over there like it was mine, you know what I mean? I stayed over there all the time, 8 meals and everything, but now you see it's just, damn, fam, just damn. Stuff that was booming, fam, like at one time. You know, now you look at these homes, fam, it's heartbreaking. I ain't even gonna lie to you, fam. But it's a lot of land down here, man. That's a lot of land that's affordable, and it's a lot of life. It's a lot of people that's still here that's not going nowhere. That's for sure. So regardless, there's still people in this area that's not going anywhere, fam. So there's investments, you know. But I wouldn't think just single household. I'll be thinking duplexes, 4plexes, you know. Like this an old duplex, and it's like I'll be thinking about duplexes and 4plexes and bringing up the area in ways that can, you know, there's a lot of people that's working at the prisons that's still gonna be here from small towns, you know. But I'll most definitely be thinking about duplexes, 4plexes going up. You don't see too much of that here. But I know it'll be coded in if you get the, you know, get the code, get the blueprints, you know, and just go up over here, you know what I mean? And, you know, they had some people in Georgia that got together, I think like 20 families, fam, and they invested in some property. And I think that's what we should do in McGehee, you know. I'm with it, fam, but you have to get people that's willing to put their money where their mouth is, know that you're only gonna get what you put in, you know, and we can work together. Ain't nobody trying to, it's enough money out here for everybody, fam. Everybody can enjoy something good here. We just have to come together and get on the same page, fam. There's too much vacancies, there's too much opportunities, fam, and it's sad. Like, I remember one time it was just, this was booming. Now I drive through here, fam, you know, it's a hit and miss, like I say. And one of the homes I used to enjoy looking at on the corner, it used to be a real nice home right here, man. Now it's down, it had the fence around it and everything. Look at it. And they just knocked it down and left it here. You know what I mean? Probably got the metal out of it and dipped out. You know what I mean? It's sad, fam, but you know, like I say, there's opportunities here in McGehee, Arkansas, in these small areas, you know, but like I say, families, people have to come together, man. We can do more together than we can do separate, fam. So let's put our money together, man, and save our town. Hold on.